Transform like Gucci Mane. 57 life lessons inspired by Gucci Mane and Charlamagne Tha God. Most of us know Gucci Mane because of his epic transformation, and a lot of us know him because he is truly prolific. When it comes to Gucci Mane, it's all about progress over perfection. If you truly want to refine your art and hone your skill, you have to create, and you have to create a lot. If you want to become that outlier, if you want to stand out, you have to put in the hours. And if you put in the hours, you create quantity, and quantity, a great deal of quantity, will lead to quality. You can't have a scarcity mindset when it comes to creation and production, and most people do. You cannot have a scarcity mindset. You have to have an abundant mindset.
I don't even know what project number to say this is.
101.
Okay.
101.
101, God
Sir.
damn. Why you like to do so much music, man? You do music like you think you're about to die or something.
Man, I just be feeling like, man, all my favorite artists, I be wanting to drop music. It don't take me a year to do an album. So, you know, I want to share it with people. I make 15 songs. I feel like they dope. I want to share it with the people who like my music.
How do we get better? First of all, we have to increase our skill set. We can always get better. And second of all, we have to surround ourselves with greatness. When you surround yourself with greatness, it's easy to change. You don't need to do anything because it goes automatic. Yogananda said, environment is stronger than willpower.
The context of the nature versus nurture debate, nature refers to like biological, genetic predispositions that impact us as people, and nurture describes the influence of learning and other influences from one's environment. So you was one way before because of the environment you was in, but what was the environment that caused this glow up?
What was the environment that caused this? It was a lot of different things I feel like factored in. I think once was the consequences of going to prison and knowing that I would go back to the feds and experiencing the feds. That was a big deterrent right there. And then, like you said, I still had somebody who kind of like, as I started growing old and maturing, I started realizing like I need to get more skills. I have a better skill set to just deal with life. And I kind of like got a couple of skills, reading, working out, and then I got my wife, and she was man, I'm telling you, like, you get somebody like who like really got a good heart and put them around somebody who kind of like just, even if they just the most gutter person it is or street person it is, they're gonna rub off on them.
Right.
And that's what it was. A lot of it was her rubbing off on them.
How do you become excellent? It's actually pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. If you are willing to do what's hard, life becomes easy. As Joe Polish said, be willing to destroy anything that is not excellent.
By the time I got out and got really successful, maybe say like 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't call it survivor's remorse, but I felt like, damn, now that I got my shit together, now I got my finances together, now that my career is going the way that I wanted to, it's like a lot of my friendships and a lot of the people I thought would be there with me, I couldn't share it with them. Family, friends, artists. So it's like, damn, I worked so hard to get to a point where I could share it with the people I felt like I started with, but those relationships, they deteriorated.
When you feel like you're on a dead end and there's no perspective, you can focus on what you can't do, but you should not do that. Don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you can do. Always, there is always something you can do.
What was that spark in prison that made you start picking up just books and reading and stuff?
I think it started with like fear, anxiety, paranoia from like, how much time I'm finna get. So all the running, the reading, all that was kind of like, I was trying to find some solace in there. That shit was a lot of pressure on me. So I was like, I run up and down the steps, I read a book. I was trying to do anything to get my mind off of, feeling like I know the future, because the future seemed like it was finna be bad, So I just kind of like focus on what I can do now. That would kind of give me a little peace, make me feel better.
One of the worst worries you can have outside of your health are your finances. If you have to chase money, it's killing your creativity. Financial freedom can give you creative freedom.
You also mentioned, I saw the other meme you put up that you gave Keisha $2 million before going to jail. That's an urban legend. You gave her $2 million when
There's a lot of truth in rumors, you know what I'm saying? I definitely say she held me down and I came back in a good position. You can't I didn't make up the actual meme, how they got it, but man, there's a lot of truth to rumors. Like, yeah, I could not have been in the situation where I am now without her.
Was it that number, 2 million to 6 million?
I don't want to go into the numbers, but for real, I spent so much money on lawyers when I first went to jail. It was almost like I depleted all my funds. It was like millions of dollars. And for me to come out, you know what I'm saying, the way I did, man, I'm telling you, man, she's special, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that money set you up for your rehabilitation process, though?
It wasn't that I was broke, period, when I, you know what I'm saying, went to jail. It was just that now it was one more thing that I ain't have to feel like I have to manage. Like, then my finances messed up, I got to get back and do this. So it like set me up when I got out, okay, I can do my album. I can focus on my sobriety. I can focus on getting out probation because I didn't have to focus on trying to chase, you know, like, damn, let me get where I was at before I left. I came back almost like further ahead than when I left. So it kind of put me in a place like, damn, you know.
Sometimes the best thing that can happen in life are tough times. This separates the real from the phony. Tough times show people's true colors. A small circle of trust is all that you need.
I love just the messaging of black love and expressing that love
I love,
for your woman.
Crazy about my wife. Crazy about her.
At what point did you realize that? What point did you realize, man, I'm in love with this woman?
Man, when she held me down from prison, that made me say I'm finna marry her. You know, you ain't gonna find nobody who gonna go hard like that. But she had been showed me, you know, who she was. Like once I got to know, I knew the person was. I just wasn't ready yet, you know. But I loved her from the jump. I just, you know, I don't think that it was gonna be a good relationship because I had a lot of shit. I just had to mature. I had a lot of things going.
We think we want more pleasure. Pleasure will make us happy. But happiness is what we truly want. And oftentimes pleasure moves us away from happiness.
Like how did the change in your lifestyle make it easier for you to honor your wife?
You know what it is? What made it easier for me was it was in my mind. I started linking being married and being responsible with being successful. Instead of linking being single or, you know, being irresponsible as balling. So I started saying, damn, I was doing this when I was living this lifestyle. And I was doing good. You know, I was a millionaire, you know, so, but over here, man, it's a way different life.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't have to work as hard. You know, like I do my work, I go home, I go to sleep. Man, it's like, damn. It's like a grown, mature, older man.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life like that, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. Supposed to progress to that.
Absolutely.
There's this great African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go together.
And I thought that I was successful then. I really didn't see the value of getting married and doing it this way, because I thought, you know, if I get married, like, I won't have as much. That's what I thought, like, now I gotta take care of somebody else. Not thinking that, damn, if you got two heads, man, that's better than one. You know, you gonna maximize your potential because you got a partner now.
Most problems started off as a good idea. This is one of the best business lessons that I got from one of the smartest business minds in the world, Keith Cunningham. Every decision has second and third order consequences to that decision. What you want is you want to think it through. And Keith Cunningham always talks about thinking time. In a great video that we made together that you can get access to if you go to eel.co/Keith, you get access to a video where he teaches the principles about thinking time. So go to eel.co/Keith and you get access to this great video training. You want to be smart, and most people are action first. And you should not be action first. You should be thinking first or conversation first. A conversation with yourself or maybe with a confidant.
Brother, she's the most important. I ain't gonna lie, she my secret weapon. She the one. If I'm Barack, she Michelle, she behind me.
Absolutely.
Everything I do, you know, a lot of times I defer to her, man. We're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna come to a decision. And I'm proud to say that she's smart. We both are geniuses.
Taking full responsibility over our actions is freedom. 100% responsibility over your actions. Not taking 30% responsibility for your actions and blaming 70% on somebody else. We don't do that. We don't do the blame game. What we do is we do the transformation game. Get 100% ownership over all your mistakes, everything that ever happened, and you have freedom. Set yourself free, because forgiveness is true power.
A lot of those same people, they gave me a chance to apologize to them. You know, they wiped the slate clean, and I'm glad they did, because I showed them, hey, listen, I'm a different person. I was wrong. You know, a lot of people, they won't even let you. They was hurt from what I did, and they just bridge burnt. Some of those bridges are still burnt.
Even now to this day.
Yep.
It's wild though, because the best apology is changed behavior.
Yes.
You can clearly tell
your
behavior has changed.
It's impossible to become the best version of yourself being surrounded by C players. You have to surround yourself with people that feed you inspiration, that feed you blessings and good vibes. You have to protect your vibes at all costs, because C players make A players B players.
How many friends did you lose in the process of you turning your life around? I know you say you lost friends because of bridges you burnt, but when people see your whole new lifestyle, your new demeanor, you ain't doing the old stuff you used to do.
Yeah.
How many
I lost my old crew. I lost a whole crew that I used to run with.
What crew that was?
Just like my whole crew from Atlanta that I used to be with, like my guys who I used to came up with, done.
Damn.
We should never fear change. Change is inevitable. What you want is you want to reinvent yourself. Become so good that they don't even recognize who you become. Become a stranger to your weaker self and get rid of anything that is not serving your true self. Die before you die.
I enjoyed the Gucci clone. I ain't gonna sit here in front.
Do you feel like a clone sometimes?
No, I don't feel like a clone, but I did kind of like the, man, that shit was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, like, damn, they think I'm not really the same person. I didn't look at it like, it didn't offend me. I kind of wanted them to keep it going.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, like now all of a sudden, now they on my dick again. Now it's like, now I'm not a clone. Keep going with the clone shit. Don't stop that.
Die before you die. Make room and make space and get rid of all the weakness, but keep what's powerful. That's how you reinvent yourself.
What parts of the old Gucci do you hold on to though? Cause everybody look at you and they're like, damn, Gucci is like a whole different person. But is there any parts of the old Gucci you hold on to?
Yeah, I am the same person. I'm telling you, it's just, I grew up, you know. I wanna say, what parts of me, I'm still resilient, I'm still hardworking. I'm the most punctual person it is, as far as just being on time and handling that business. I'm gonna beat you here every time.
Yeah.
And I'm about my business. I still like to help artists. I'm always be that no matter how many artists that burnt me or whatever I've been through, or how many, I always reach out to artists. It's like, they're just who I am. So those core principles, I wanna keep with me.
If you want to grow, you have to start where you are. You have to act local but think global. You want to dominate and keep expanding your territory. Water your grass, do it as best as you can, keep moving forward, and then you can take over the world.
Man, now I feel like the earth my turf. I wanna go everywhere. I wanna go to Iceland. I wanna go to Milan. I wanna go to, Dubai. I wanna see the world. But when I used to be I was comfortable sitting in, I was not only comfortable, I was more happy when I was in the middle of the hood.
As Jay-Z said, you can pay for school, but you can't buy class. Class is in you. You need to cultivate it. You need to grow it. It will never come from external things. It's inside of us, but you do need to cultivate it.
I didn't even wear no ring. If you watch that video, I walked down the street with no jewelry and walked to the coffee shop down the hotel just to show them.
Yeah.
Man, I don't need that, just a tank top. It was Gucci, but just let them know, listen, it ain't about jewelry, it ain't about nothing. I'm special just walking to the store. I did that before I went to the fashion show.
Did you feel like that before this evolution?
No.
You needed the big Bart Simpson chain and all that?
I needed it. I liked it. I always had a fascination, being fascinated with jewelry because of my father. He was a gambler. He used to just con people out their jewelry and give it to me. So that kind of made me love jewelry. But when I got out of jail and got myself in shape, that gave me like a ultimate confidence. Mm-hmm. Because it's in you, not on you. So it's like I already know what I did before I got here. So you really don't even got no spot to defend. You know what I'm saying? It's past arrogant. It's not cocky. It's really confident.
All of us have a dark side, dark energy, dark thoughts, demons. It's inside all of us. The question is, are you going to let the devil in? Are you going to let him enter? Or are you going to keep the door shut? This is what you should do. Keep the door shut.
Are there still any demons from your past that you still face on the daily?
Demons.
That people don't know about?
I'm still a work in progress. I feel like this is what it is. It's like I kind of got a routine that I feel like keep me in a good space, and I just keep doing it, man. I just work out, stay out the way, read books, do my job, travel, value my money, value my time. That shit been helping me.
The best way to become the best you is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Oftentimes it's not in improving, and it's not in doing things better. And it's not sexy, but it's super powerful, and this is what it is. Fix your biggest issue. Fix your biggest problem. Fix it, but do it for life, and make it non-negotiable. What you can do is you connect it with a bigger cause, maybe with an extreme upside. Maybe not just for you, but maybe do it for a greater good, or Maybe think about the huge downside that you never want to experience. When I was unhealthy and struggling with my weight, I connected me being unhealthy and overweight with not being able to see my kids plus grandkids. And when that connected, things changed. This created the switch, and it's never been a problem since I connected with a huge downside. But there's one rule: you have to make it non-negotiable. Do it 100%. Don't do it 98%, do it 100%. Because 100% is easier than 98%. If you do 100%, then you won't let the devil in. Again, keep the door shut, but keep the door shut for life and you will be free.
Does your past drug addiction ever still tempt you?
Nah.
You never get tempted?
I associate drugs with jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be like, man, I'm gonna get out. These people don't know what they talking about. They in my way, they hating, da-da-da. Now it's like, man, that shit. Not saying, okay, I ain't trying to sound preachy. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they should do. I'm not, anybody do that. I feel like I done exhausted all my remedies with that. Like, man, after you done crashed that many times, you don't need to do it.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that.
When you improve and you become better, you will outgrow people. It is what it is. Don't give it too much meaning. You are not at fault for growing, as they are not at fault for staying the same. It is uncomfortable for people around us if we grow. It might confront them on their untapped potential, and that's painful. And the right people will stick with you. They are inspired with you. They want to see you grow. They want to grow with you. And some people might want to pull you down. They want you to stay at their level. Don't try to change it. Don't dwell on it. It's part of the growth.
A lot of the people I used to be with, they get high as hell. Not saying that I don't be with them, they don't want to be around me.
Yeah, you make them feel bad.
Exactly. It's like, the first year I was out, I think that affected me a lot because I was on probation. And I couldn't even have people with felonies around me. So a lot of the people who I worked with was felons. So for a year, we didn't even get to kick it. Like even my partner Charlamagne Tha God, I couldn't even kick it with him before he passed.
Yeah.
Man, listen, it messed me up, man, because like the day I got out for house arrest, that's the day he passed.
It's hard enough to find success. It could be anything. It could be a successful morning ritual, or a particular way of working, or a quirk that's specifically working for you. Most of us, we relax when we have a win. We rest on our laurels a little bit. And if you're on a winning streak, why get off it? Stop it. Stop stopping and keep doing what you're doing. Don't mess with your winning streak. Don't break the chain of success. Ride it for as long as possible, and that's how you win.
And to me, I was like, man, I'm not even going around nobody who smoke and drink, not because I don't fuck with them. I just can't stand no mistake. Any mistake gonna land me back in prison. If they just whip the phone out and somebody see a picture of a pint of lean or somebody smoking. So I just stayed away from everybody I know who was doing that for that first year. So after a year, I had 3 years probation. After a year, my probation, I would say, man, you're doing such a good job at probation. We're taking you off the last 2 years. I was just now beginning our probation in September of 2019.
Damn.
That's when I'm supposed to be doing my sentence.
Yeah.
He let me out September 2017. So that year, so I did that thinking like this was my plan. So after I did it for a year, the man take me out probation for 2 years. So that made me say, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna keep acting as if I'm still on probation.
Right.
And I ain't, because look what it's doing for me. And I just kept on. That's really what it was. When they said, man, you out 2 years, I'm like, damn. I'm just gonna keep on going what I'm doing. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm getting the results. And that's it. Every day it's like, man, just keep doing what you're doing.
Consistency is king. We have to stop getting in our own way.
So a dude screamed to me the other night, hey, Will, I want to be an actor, man. I want to be an actor just like you. Usually people say stuff to me like that. I'm like, yeah, man, you can do it. Give them an encouraging word. But I was just sitting in here thinking, and it dawned on me, 99% of people that say stuff like that are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. Something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day, we are choosing shit that's not in our own best interest. right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're going to kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
He who has great health has 1,000 goals. He with poor health only has one.
Every day I'm taking my health serious. I don't want to have all the money and be dead and don't enjoy it. I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy it now. I don't want to wait to ball later. I don't want to retire. I want to work part on the weekend, go on vacation and go back to work.
In life, it's all about relationships. It's all about people. If you get this right, things will go right. But if you get this wrong, things will go wrong. We don't need to befriend everybody, but we should try to be friendly with everybody. The great saying from Joe Polish is, be nice to the people that you meet on the way up, because these are the same people that you meet on the way down.
Don't take everything so serious. Try to be nice to everybody that you can. It don't pay to be mean. It don't pay to anybody can be an asshole. Anybody can be racist. Anybody can be a bigot. Anybody can be prejudiced. But try to be tolerable. Try not to be judgmental. That's my thing. Have a high tolerance level. Try to accept everybody. Treat people like you want them to treat you. Like me, don't be bougie. Don't never try to go big on nobody. I always remember where you came from.
Choose people that choose you as well. The real you, who see you for who you are. They're not focused on your shortcomings or your flaws, but they see all of who you are, and most importantly, who you can become.
What do you think has been the most instrumental factor in your growth? If you had to talk to a group of young men and they said to you, Gucci, what's the one thing that was the biggest factor in your growth? What would you say it was?
My wife. Get married, find you somebody who if you can find you a wife, man, you found a great thing, especially a good one, who gonna hold you to a high standard and push you to be your best self. She the best one. That's the most deciding factor. I couldn't have did it without her. Yeah. Straight up.
Warren Buffett says it best. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and it takes 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you will do things differently.
You got other women, everybody on Twitter, all the girls on Twitter, Gucci a snack and all this. You see all the women in your face.
Man, fuck them hoes, man. Them hoes ain't shit.
Word.
I got the baddest wife it is, man.
There you go. Black men don't cheat.
Yeah, them hoes ain't worth it. Fuck with them, it's like a little feeling. You get a little piece of pussy, then you fucked up your whole shit you got going for a little $2 ass girl. Ain't worth it.
Jay-Z said it. Nobody wins when the family feuds. No other success can compensate for failure in the home.
My pops tell me all the time, the one thing that he regrets is leaving my mom for another woman 20 years ago.
Listen, my dad and my mom got divorced when I was 16. As soon as she divorced him, man, he fell off so bad.
Yes,
fell
sir.
off like wet weed,
Yes, sir.
man. I'm talking about over with, man.
And that just watching that, like, man, I don't want to make the same mistakes my father made. And you don't want to hurt your woman like that.
Cause you fail. If you, I don't care what you say, you get divorced, you have failed that marriage, you failed at something. I ain't get started this shit to fail. My shit ain't gonna fail.
Right.
I'm gonna do what you got to be responsible, man. Don't do nothing you can't, don't commit to nothing that you ain't gonna be responsible for.
When you commit 100%. Make it non-negotiable. Trust yourself.
If you take a job, do the job. Do it with effort. Don't take no job and then you don't feel like you want to go to work. Don't work there.
The only way to trust yourself is to be real with yourself. Have the hard conversations with yourself. Because something that's real could never be threatened. Be real and be real with yourself.
Just be self-aware, man. That's what I be telling everybody. Push yourself to be super self-aware. Be honest with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. Don't put no cap. Don't even put no slang. I don't even like the cap word. I don't know why I'm saying it. It's like, just be honest with yourself. Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be cool, Cause a lot of everybody want to be cool, but they lying to themselves.
Right.
So it's like, you think you're so slick, man, and you're a fraud, Should be honest with yourself.
Artists and entrepreneurs oftentimes are high on willpower and low on discipline. It's easy for them to move mountains, but being consistent and long-term is the hardest thing. You have to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, you're non-existent. Keep at it, keep going, and keep on growing, and that's how you will find success. What I learned from Sir Richard Branson is it takes years to become an overnight success.
Ice-T, E40, all these artists that had longevity in the game, man, listen, I salute them because I've been listening to Ice-T, I've been listening to LL, I've been listening, so it's like, damn, it's like we see, hip-hop, they showing you everything what you can do now. We seeing the stories. We didn't see people went from 20 to 40 to 50 to 60. We can't say that we ain't seen it now, so you can do it.
Absolutely.
It ain't like, no, man, you can do a bunch of stuff. You can own a team, man. Listen, these people if you got so much influence once you popping, man, you can leverage that to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to value that, man. Being a rapper right now is like the best time ever.
A powerful law of success. The more you give, the more you will get. Be abundant in giving. Have a giving mindset and never keep track of what you give. Attract abundance. Become a magnet for blessings.
Everybody who I was showing love to when I got out, hey, Ray Scrimble, come jump on this song. Hey, Drake, I already got back on the road ready for you when you coming home. Mike Will, I already got beats for you. Zay, I already got beats for you. Like, everybody who, I showed love to or established a relationship with, man, years later, man, they was there, when I needed them, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't get no money, man, if you treat people right, man, it comes back. Every time, it's priceless.
A man or a woman of success needs to do 3 things. Number 1 is up level. Find people you can learn from. Number 2 is water your grass. Grow from where you are right now. And number 3 is give a helping hand. Share your gifts and your blessings. And the more you use your gifts, the more blessings you will receive.
You gotta be on the ground. You gotta be in the trenches. You can't get the money. That's why I keep saying I'm the GOAT. And that's why even with the list and shit, I keep standing on I'm the GOAT. To me, all the artists in Atlanta, they had success and they kind of like was bougie. They'll go to the most bougie club and they'll just ball. Me, I would go to the club where everybody in the hood would be at, where I can be. I kept making myself accessible, and I always would open the door for all the artists. Man, listen, you can't even pay no. Now you can, but back in the day, you couldn't pay the hottest artists in Atlanta to do a feature. You can pay them the money. They don't need the money. They don't want to do the song with you, cause they up, they bougie, they turned up, they this and that. Me, I never turned down a feature, never. I go to the club in Columbia, South Carolina. I go to the club in Birmingham. I go anywhere. Every time I would do a show for 10 bands, 20 bands, I'd do a feature with a dude I met. I have my road manager, contacting the promoter before I get there. Hey man, any local dudes around there get some money before I get down and let them know I'm coming. So I'm always meeting people. I met Dolph doing a feature. He actually buying a feature from me. Damn, this dude here in the streets, he a hustler and he sound good, he's rapping good. Boom, now we friends. It wasn't like we signed each other, but it went from him doing business with me. Those guys everybody else scared to even get in the room with Thug and the Migos and Scooter. They scared. That was my whole thing. I wanted to be like, damn, I got all the young boys. Even if they wild, I'm still opening the door for them. Y'all can always come here. They would have went to any other else studio. It wouldn't took them but one day and people would have seen how Thug was kicking it back then, cause Thug was in the street, he was rugged.
He had guns on him every day.
Man, people wouldn't open that door to that studio for them. And that's why I always be like, man, I'm the GOAT. Remember when I opened them doors for y'all, when y'all know y'all was knuckleheads, we was all on some knucklehead shit. Man, I treated y'all like y'all was, Michael Jackson. The biggest it was, or whoever it is you could think about, cause that's how I felt about myself.
So transform like Gucci Mane. 57 life lessons inspired by Gucci Mane and Charlamagne Tha God. If you want to receive these 57 life lessons from Gucci Mane, you get them by going to eel.co/Gucci, and you can download a free report with all the 57 life lessons inspired by Gucci Mane and Charlamagne Tha God. So here we go. These are the 57 life lessons from Gucci Mane. Number 1, progress over perfection. Number 2, be the outlier. Number 3, put in the hours. Number 4, quantity leads to quality. Number 5, increase your skill set. Number 6, surround yourself with greatness. Number 7, environment is stronger than willpower. Number 8, if you are willing to do what's hard, life becomes easy. Number 9, be willing to destroy anything that is not excellent. Number 10, focus on what you can, not what you can't. Number 11, there is always something you can do. Number 12, chasing money is killing creativity. Number 13, tough times show people's true colors. Number 14. Pleasure moves us away from true happiness. Number 15. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Number 16. Most problems started off as a good idea. Number 17. Every decision has second and third order consequences to that decision. Number 18. Taking full responsibility over our actions is freedom. Number 19. Forgiveness is true power. Number 20. Surround yourself with people that feed you inspiration. Number 21. Protect your vibes at all cost. Number 22. C players make A players B players. 23. Never fear change. Number 24. Reinvent yourself. Number 25. Become so good they can't even recognize who you become. 26. Become a stranger to your weaker self. Number 27. Get rid of anything that is not serving your true self. 28. Die before you die. 29. If you want to grow, you have to start where you are. Number 30. Act local, but think global. 31. Excellence is achieved by the mastery of the fundamentals. Number 32. Keep moving forward. Number 33. Keep the door shut to the demons. Number 34. Fix your biggest issue for life and make it non-negotiable. 35. 100% is easier than 98%. 36. You will outgrow people. It's part of growth. Number 37. Stop stopping. 38. Consistency is king. Number 39. He who has great health has 1,000 goals. He with poor health has only one. 40. Be friendly with everybody, but don't befriend everybody. Number 41. Be nice to the people that you meet on the way up, because they are the same people that you meet on the way down. 42. Choose people that choose you. 43. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Number 44. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Number 45. When you commit 100%. 46. Trust yourself. 47. Have the hard conversations with yourself. 48. Something that's real could never be threatened. 49. Don't be too high on willpower and too low on discipline. 50. Be consistent or non-existent. 51. It takes years to become an overnight success. 52. The more you give, the more you get. 53. Never keep track of what you give. Number 54. Attract abundance and become a magnet for blessings. 55. Level up. Find people that force you to grow. 56. Water your grass. Grow from where you are right now. And number 57. Give a helping hand. Share your gifts and your blessing. The more you use your gifts, the more blessings you will receive. Again, if you want to get the report with all these life lessons, go to eel.co/Gucci. I hope you liked this video. And if you want more information, go to eel.co or to my YouTube channel, eelcodeboer.com, or follow me on Instagram and hit me up on the DM at eelcodeboer. Hope you enjoy this and see you at another video. Bye.